So we share pretty openly about how we help men who are in recovery navigate to a different point in their lives. And someone had said to us recently, well, the Bible states this very clearly. They need to love their spouse just as they love themselves. And the problem with that is the men in this situation and men who have done the betraying or are involved in porn or affairs actually hate themselves. They despise themselves. And that's difficult for people to understand, but let me explain. So a man who hates himself can never get validation from himself because he despises himself. Therefore, he will seek it out from other people. For some men, they find this from the feminine. They find it either from their mothers, or if they get married, they find it from their spouses. And in those type of relationships, it is a consuming type of behavior. Essentially, the man will always go to his wife for his validation and his needs. Am I good enough? Am I a good boy? Am I enough? And that particular behavior, especially since he's not getting it from himself, he's not self-satisfying his own validation to then help his wife. The wife is doing all the heavy lifting. And this is exhausting for the wife. She can't just mother somebody else, and therefore she'll react or start to pull away, and the man who can't get validation then from his wife will then just go into his cave. Often he'll turn to porn, or he'll try to seek validation from other people. And this is really the root of what we have to get down to, because this behavior will continue and continue and continue if the man cannot let go of his need for validation from others and learn to get it from himself. So in our groups, this is what we do. We do one-on-one coaching, we do group coaching as well, but the main intent is to get the man to a place where he can validate himself, stand in his own strength, where his wife doesn't have to be the person that supports that particular need, and it transcends fully into the marriage, where the husband is now standing on his own and the wife is now a partner, not a parent. And the man can deal with uncomfortable moments. He can deal in strength with what he's done, and it is really the strongest way to repair a marriage in that case. But more importantly, even if that particular marriage doesn't work out, the man can take it forward into his next life. He can be a better father, a better co-parent. He can be a better spouse if he chooses to get married again. But if these behaviors, as mentioned before, go unaddressed, it'll just go through marriage after marriage after marriage, where he's consuming every other woman or partner that he's with for that validation. And that's just going to be an endless cycle. And the addiction has a big play in that. And this is where it's not so easy. This is where when we say the work, this is the work that has to be done. We would assume that by selfishness, therefore someone loves themselves, but it's actually self-hatred. And we need to build men up where they can stand firm and stand strong for the values that they hold. So it's not just words, it's actually actions.